Hello, nice to see you. This is Antonio Nieto Rodriguez. Thank you very much for joining the launch of my Harvard Business Review Project Management Handbook. I received a few questions from the webinar, from my presentation and the other presentations, so I'm going to address them here in this video. Question 1, about the expanding the product life cycle, whether need to expand project manager's work of scope. Yes, we need to. I think project managers can play an important role in selecting ideas, facilitating design thinking. So this is an important area that we've not done before, but who else can do that? Who knows when an idea is ready to be a project? Project managers. So this is a very important area. The second area where I think we will expand is also when the project is over. So sometimes we might ask to be the person who runs the project deliverables to bring the value. It can be that you ask to sell the product, that you run the new organization. So we need to look at project lifecycle broader. Question number 2, how to understand the relationship between the 12 principles and a performance domain from the PMBOK 7. I'm not going to talk too much about that, but just very high level. What you see, a big difference between PMBOK number 6 and 7 is in number 6, we used to have a lot of processes with inputs, techniques, and outputs. And that's what has changed completely in the PMBOK, which is dividing 12 principles, which is guidance and is ideas and around projects, similar to knowledge areas in the past, but not really the same. And then the performance, it's about more the techniques and the tools, but less prescriptive than what we had in the PMBOK 6. Okay, principles, ideas, guidance. Second is more the tools and the concepts to use. That's the main difference. Question number 3, what do you think for PMBOK 6 that still be valuable? I think PMBOK 6 is a great reference when you have to go for more detail, right? When you need more information about project techniques or what comes in, what comes out. So I always keep a copy of the PMBOK 6. The thing is that actually was a very big book, 752 pages. So it's more a references that you go and check eventually. But what PMI wanted to do is that project management should be more accessible for non-professionals. Question number 4, per lean practicing that includes Shuha read 3 steps. Please advise how to do it in actual skill learning process. I think the best way to do it is join the teams that are doing lean in your company and say, I want to volunteer. I'm happy to learn here. I'm very keen to learn these concepts to apply them with my projects. So always learning by example, learning from somebody that has the experience. For me, it has been the best way to learn what I know. Question number 5. How to define the value for Project Canvas application in project management. The main idea of the Project Canvas is simplification. When you simplify, then you get buying and understanding from across the organization, from your key stakeholders. So one of the main goals and results of applying the Project Canvas is alignment. People will understand what your project is about. They will know whether some weaknesses, they will know what we need to do to support you. So alignment and buying is something that traditional project management methodologies, frameworks don't provide. The Project Canvas does it, okay? Number 6, now we will drive the project per 3 triangles: quality plus benefits plus engagement. This is very important. We need to keep the triple constraints. That's the golden triangle for sure: time, scope, and budget. But that's not enough. Like I was saying in my presentation, what matters most in a project is the benefits. That's why we do projects, not for the cost, not for the time, not for the scope, for the benefits. So that's an important area that we need to put much more attention. The second new area is engagement. Teams. The most successful projects have engaged teams. So how do you do that? Look at the triple constraints. Do they have the same weight? No, but depends on the project. I would say priority is often the benefits, but you get benefits if you have teams engaged, right? So engagement, I would say, it's a very important one, but triple constraint on scope, time, and cost is also very important. Question number 7. Please advise if PMBOK 7 is suitable for beginner to study project management, or maybe for senior leaders is better, plus Project Canvas. I think PMBOK 7, it's a good starting point. I think maybe it's a bit too advanced because it's still a big book. And if you want to get the basics, I would try to see something a bit more like for beginners. I have, of course, all my courses are around making project management simple for everyone. There's one on project management for non-project managers. There's the Project Canvas. Unfortunately, they're in LinkedIn, but this type of thing, something that you get a good overview, it will be great to start. And then if you like it, you start going into the PMBOK 7. Question number 8, as we will focus on project value, so business analysis maybe is a good direction project manager further study. Is this right? Yes, business analysis, business understanding, having a MBA, Master of Business Administration, learning by yourself how your organization works, what are the priorities, what are the strategic objectives, what's the competition. That makes you a bit more familiar on what is the value that your project is bringing. Learning the language of the business is also very important. Yeah, so learn what are the key languages that you need to use to get connected with salespeople, which is about sales and profit, with the CEO, with the finance person. That will make you a great project leader. Question number 9, Project Canvas is tools. Please advise if any app or software can be used or only using manual. I'm developing an app for the Project Canvas. It will be available in a few months. There's also Mural. I don't know if you have that application or their system in China, but they will create a template for the Project Canvas. So soon you will see more on that. Question number 10. Per your understanding, if any gaps between China and other regions from project management and level. I said that in the presentation. China, it's a leading country in terms of project management. You understand project management, you invest in project manager, senior leaders understand. So I always talk about China being a great reference. There's other countries which are doing great. Saudi Arabia, they have a vision 2030 for the whole country. Singapore, also from a macro level, these countries understand the value of projects and project management to inspire and to drive the country to the next level. Question number 11, for Project Canvas, if it be defined a project initial phase, how to update it later, how to define the status red, yellow, green. So the project management, Project Canvas can be used at the beginning of the project to see if you have all the elements in place. If you miss many of the boxes, the building blocks, don't start the project. We need to do a bit more work. You can use the Project Canvas through the implementation to see if things have changed. And this can be a PowerPoint. You can use a PowerPoint and then you change the color. You can use it towards the end of the project to assess that everything has been completed, but most important at the beginning or in the middle. And the colors is just a discussion with your team or your sponsor, key stakeholders. Bring them together and say, do we have an engaged sponsor? Do we have enough resources? If you feel, well, we'll have enough, but we are not really great, so that's a number. There's no black and white rules for this. It's a discussion and it's an alignment because we're aligning the team. And the last question, for Project Canvas credential that expected to be launching coming October, what is the requirement to be certificate? How to apply from China? Well, I'm working finalizing the launch of the APMG Project Canvas practitioner. It's just an exam 40 question. Normally you can purchase that online, and it requires a bit of reading. If you read my book, that would be great. But there's videos in my website and material that you can learn. It's not very complicated if you understand project management. If you have followed this session, if you have read my book, then you should be fine and get certificate and be one of these Project Canvas practitioners. So I hope this helps. And thank you very much again for joining the launch and for getting a copy of my book. I really hope that you enjoy the reading. It has been already a bestseller in the US, in Europe. So I really look forward also receiving your feedback, because you are an example. So I like to hear how it works in your projects in China, and have you been more successful. So thank you very much. Take care and see you soon.